And Paul Revere. As I sit here and wait for an order, right? I just feel like it's very important that y'all really understand that the power has always been with you. I know that be sounding like mad, like blah blah blah, but like it's the truth, because like you really gotta realize, right, that if you wasn't meant to be here, you wouldn't be here. Like there's a lot of people that get eliminated from the earth before 21. A lot of people that get eliminated from all type of shit just before, you know, like they ever come to blossom. And like this is why every day you have to go hard for self, because you know there's people who didn't make it here because they were the weak, on the weaker end of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So it's just important that you understand that you're here for a reason. It's best to just pour into self. It's best to understand that, you know, time in, time out, the life you want to live is and will always be yours, as long as you take time to realize what the fuck you want to get done in life. Also, guys, it's important you realize that you are enough. I'm not saying that shit from a dickhead perspective, but you gotta realize that, you know, like I said, people actually do die every single day. So the fact that you're still here breathing and living, and I don't say living your best life, but like, you know, you're over here thriving. You know, a lot of times, like, you know, I thought a fucking spider crawled on me. A lot of times you gotta realize that, like, you know, men don't get their flowers until like they're in the grave. And for the men that are out there actually putting in the effort, actually pushing forward, actually making sure that, you know, they are being fathers to their children, they are actually making sure that, you know, they are changing the world for the better. Like, shout out to y'all. The one that's building homes, the one that, you know, you're creating a safe space for your children. Like, shout out to y'all. Because it is very important that you realize that, you know, in this day and age, like, a lot of people are out for self. And the faster you realize that, you know, like, you are not out for self, but you're out to like build legacy. You're out to, you know, make sure that in whichever capacity you want to think about it, that you have created something that other people can use. Like, that's why, you know, it's so important to build a very, very strong foundation, like a very, very strong set of people around you, you know, because like your network is your bread and butter. So like if you decide to not, you know, pour into self, if you decide to allow people to walk all over you, and you just always feel inadequate, you always feel as though you're not like leveling up, like it's a personal thing. I tell that shit all the time, that a lot of times it's just the emotional strain, I can't even say of life, just the emotional strain of whatever you're going through, that you kind of have allowed to pretty much just fuck all your shit up. And when I say that, it's pretty much like you are, like your wires are fried. You know, if that makes sense. So your wires are fried and you want to pretend as though like everything is making sense when even you can see it's not making any sense. So it's just even more wild when you think about it. You know, the choices that you make will always affect you no matter what, whether it's good or bad. I tell you that all the time. Like, you can make a horrible choice and have to live with it the rest of your life. I'm not here to scare you or rage bait you or anything like that, but like I said, I'm here to be a voice of reason. A lot of times, like, you know, people can't just sit down and reason with themselves on whatever like happened in the past or whatever's happening in the future. You know what I'm saying? But like, once you realize that, you know, the main thing that you can do is to learn about assets, to learn more about finances, to understand that, you know, no matter what job that you truly do have, you're able to invest. Like, that's why I feel like it's so amazing, because people could work a dead-end job and still like invest, but the idea of working a dead-end job and investing is like not second nature. A lot of times people kind of tend to feel as though like we're in the same economy that we were all these different years ago, which is not the case. I love y'all. What you water will grow, what you cast will last. The short message. Remember that, like I said before, like, y'all gotta want to be the change you want to see in the world. A lot of times you go walk around and point fingers, but like, what the fuck does that get y'all?